Averages are officially known as measures of central tendency. Recall that there are two common averages, mean and median, with mode also considered, and even mid-range. There are also trimmed means and weighted means. Oh my. But let's stick to the two primary measures of central tendency. The mean is what we tend to describe when we reference an average. Suppose we want to calculate the mean of 5 recent quiz scores for which there were 20 points possible. We merely add them up and divide by 5. The formula looks a little bit ugly, but not to fear. In statistics, the Greek capital letter sigma stands for sum. Add up the values. X, they're the individual values usually referred to as scores, and n is the number of scores. X bar, the X with the bar on top, is the mean of a sample. Thus, the formula simply implies that the mean of the sample will be the sum of all scores divided by the number of scores. The median will be the middle score when scores are in order from least to greatest. If there were an even number of scores, we would take the middle two scores and use the value exactly in between them, officially the mean of just the two middle scores. We will learn that choosing which measure of center depends on the shape of the distribution of scores. Suppose our variable is selling prices of homes. The median has half of the home values above it and half below. It is a reasonable value for the average selling price. However, the mean is inflated due to some of the extreme selling prices. The sum of all prices was divided by the number of homes. The mean is therefore not a good representation of average selling price. Beware when you hear someone stating an average. In this case, a journalist wanting to make the point that the economy is hurting would like to report that the average selling price of a home is $244,000. A blogger making the point that the economy is strong would like to report an average selling price of $267,000. Both are making true statements, but we as consumers and information gatherers want to know which average is being referenced. If instead selling prices were bell-shaped with no outliers, the mean and median would be equal or nearly equal. We will learn that the mean has much stronger characteristics for us, and we would report it as our average in the case where there is a symmetric distribution. When we see a set of statistics and need to determine the appropriate average, we will look to see if the mean and median are relatively the same or different. Relatively the same, report the mean. Relatively different, report the median as the center of the data.